All right, we're on our second wash of the rice. Mixing through cold water. Do one more time before we get some stock and some heat going. Okay, our brown rice is boiling with stock, so now we will reduce it, keep an eye on it, and add liquid as needed. Today we're going to be making congee. I'm going to choose to make it with sauteed greens and pickled onions. So for starters, I'm going to get my garlic chopped right here, and we'll get this cut and set aside, and then we will make our pickled onion. Garlic's cut. We're going to set this aside. Okay, so for my quick pickled onion, we will be using fresh ginger, red onion, lime, honey, and a little bit of vinegar as our pickling liquid. So first we'll get our ginger sliced. This will work. I like to have this pickled onion mix in the house all the time. I like it on hamburgers, eggs, tacos, almost whatever we're having. You can cut your onion how you like for this. You can dice it. I choose to leave it in julienne, a little bit bigger. But also if you put it on something and people decide they don't like it, it's easier for them to pick out. I like to do a pretty fine julienne. You don't have to. Depends on the texture you want. I like a thinner one, and it still maintains some crunch, but softens up and the onion's not overpowering. It also works really nicely if it's cut finely like this, and you can top it on top of dishes, because the color really brightens and it creates some height and is a really nice, colorful, bright garnish. So we'll get our onion in there. Let's get our limes rolled out a bit. We'll do a little bit of honey. I would say about at least 2 tablespoons of honey here. That kind of depends on how you like it. Depending on your applications, you need more or less honey. I think with the congee, pretty sweet will be nice with the spinach and everything. So relatively sweet sounds good. With this, if you'd like, you can do almost all lime and no vinegar. If I have a lot of lime around, I'll do that. Our lime tree is a little light right now, so I'm going to do some vinegar in here to finish off our little quick pickle liquid here. I sometimes like to add cilantro or jalapenos to this as well. So mix up the onions a little bit in there. We basically just need enough liquid for the onions to be submerged. Alright, so those are all broken up. Alright, so we will open. And really you just want enough liquid to cover the top of the onions. Give that a little mix. And we will stick that in the fridge and let that rest for about an hour while the congee is cooking. Okay, for my sauteed greens for on top of my congee, I'm going to start with a little bit of sesame oil and a little bit more. And my garlic. Okay, I really like my garlic a little bit crispy, so I've let it go until it's starting to turn brown. So that now I'll add my greens. I really like arugula or mustard green or anything with some bitterness. I'm going to kill the heat pretty much as soon as they go in. There we are. And they'll just kind of finish with the residual heat of the pan. Okay, we've added our miso to our congee. It's been on the stove for about an hour. We are going to add our sauteed greens so you can see why this dish was considered good for digestion by traditional Chinese medicine. It's full of probiotics from the congee itself, as well as fiber and vitamins in the greens, as well as the pickled onions. I like to finish it off with a little chili crunch. It adds a lot of depth and umami flavor and a little spice, which I love. So this is my congee topped with pickled onions, sauteed greens, and a little chili crunch. Thank you.